We added the dependency of JSON Converter library. But why we need this converter? The JSON Converter is a component of Retrofit. It's responsible for converting JSON data from the network response into Kotlin or Java objects and vice versa. In Retrofit, you typically configure the JSON Converter as part of your Retrofit instance. So JSON Converter used to convert Java objects into their JSON representation. It can also be used to convert a JSON string to an equivalent Java object. Think about JSON converters used for serialization and deserialization of JSON response. JSON provides several built-in serializers and deserializers. A serializer allows to convert a JSON string to corresponding Java type. A deserializer allows to convert from Java to JSON representation. We're going to serialize at first because we need to get the response from the JSON into Kotlin or Java objects. Back to our question model class. We used this annotation, serialized name, and this annotation expose. At first, let me discuss the serialized name. @serialized name annotation is an annotation provided by the JSON library. It's used to map Java or Kotlin objects fields to the key or field names in JSON data. When you receive JSON data from an API, like this response, the keys in the JSON may not always match the variable names you want to use in your Java class. So for example, here we have the string question. If I name it as question body, for example, this is the variable question body. This question body is not matching the key question. So @serialized name annotation allows you to specify the mapping between the JSON key and the objects field. Here I am telling this question body is similar to the question key in the API response. My advice to you is to create the same variable name as the keys and as the columns in the database. So here we have the key question, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and correct underscore option. For that, in order to prevent any possible error, just use the same variable names as the key names. Question is similar to question. Option 1 is similar to option 1, and so on. Here, I want from you to focus. Correct underscore option is different from correct option. So, @serialized name should be, annotation should be added. For example, if we look at option 4, it's similar to option 4 key here. So option 4, I can get rid of serialized name annotation. So I can remove serialized name because option 4 is matching option 4 key in the JSON response. But the correct option is not matching correct option here in the key. So I need to add @serialized name annotation. And I'll specify the correct option inside this serialized name annotation. Here I'm referencing this correct option is linked and mapping this correct option variable to this key correct underscore option key. Again, guys, whenever you have similar variables, there is no need to use @serialized name. But for better implementation and to provide any possible error, please keep the serialized name annotation. Now let's move to @expose annotation. @expose annotation is also a JSON annotation, but it's used for controlling field serialization and deserialization behavior. By default, JSON serializes and deserializes all fields of a class, but if you want to exclude specific fields from serialization or deserialization, you can use @expose annotation. To use @expose annotation, you need to configure your JSON instance to honor it, and you do it by creating a JSON instance with a JSON builder and configuring it to exclude fields annotated with expose. So I can use .exclude fields without expose annotation method in the JSON builder. but I'll not use it in this application, just to inform you and to tell you about the @serialized name annotation and @expose annotation. So you can exclude them from deserialization or serialization. We learned about this JSON converter, we learned about expose annotation and serialized name. Now let's move to create other retrofit parts.